All right, good morning, everyone. It is Wednesday, December 16th. This afternoon, we're expecting a blizzard. And we're taking out an Ultra 2 310,000 BTU boiler. The other day, this thing got condemned. There was a hole at the bottom of the heat exchanger. I tried to buy him some time with some epoxy, but it didn't really work. But we're gonna take out the 310. We're gonna take out this beast of an indirect. I think this is a 125 gallon, but maintaining most of the piping. All right, stay tuned. All right, so I'm on top of a ladder, and we got our pony pump hooked up there, and we're sucking out the domestic hot water out of this tank. Big boy. Got all the isolation valves closed for all the zones. We're going to start disconnecting that 4-inch PVC off of the Ultra 2. I got my cold water, domestic water off, hot water, domestic isolated. My recirculating line closed off, power's off. That timer is for the recirculating pump. We're going to repipe that in. Load before 8 o'clock. Getting it done. All right, we got the Ultra 2 out of here. My return piping, I sweat out a little piece of copper that was in there. On the supply side, this is the air scoopers right there. Soldered that out. This is almost done draining on the hydronic side. Let's go check that out. That 120 gallon indirect is a beast. But it looks like our hydronic side is done. That's still going. Getting it done. All right. Still draining that bad boy. But we got everything prepped. Piece of plywood, 3/4 plywood on the wall. That's secure. Got the mounting bracket right there. Once it's on the wall, we'll be all right. By the way, we need to, before we get that into place, Kelvin, can you climb that water heater? Like, stand next to it. Just stand next to the water heater. Now, try to hug it. Make love to the indirect. Look at this, guys. Kelvin, she's a big mama. Can you handle that bad boy? Can you handle that big girl? Oh, yeah. You can handle this big girl, right? All right. All right, let's manhandle this beast. Calvin, help. Where are you going? Not that. What's your feet? What? Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. That side's in. That side. Nope. This fucking valve. This valve's not gonna let me in. This valve. You'll see. I'm gonna take it down. Oh. That valve? Yup. Alright, let's put it out. Move that out of the way. Put it down. Put it down. Let's go and hold it.
That is the root of our problems. Round 2. You can do it.
I really feel like it's a fucking house. All right, you got it? Yeah, I got it. Push it the wall. Bring it down.
And we got it, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, you know what? Let's take it down. I gotta move it over a little bit.
Oh.
That's smart. Got it? Screw the... Solder.
And you think St. Mike doesn't know how to solder, you must be smoking some crack. I don't solder like that, by the way. MI Heating guy is gonna hate on me with his 7,000 subscribers.
Oh, you gotta put the solder into the flame.
Yeah. And that's with an old fitting, with the new old fitting is a new fitting. That's how it's done, ladies and gentlemen. That's how it's done.
All right. This thing is still pumping down. Mike's working on the gas. I got the return already piped into the primary loop manifold. I'm gonna finish up the supply, and then we'll pipe in our expansion tank, our pressure reducing valve. We'll get our tree set up on the top, connect the water, and hopefully by that time this tank will be done draining, and then we can just fly from there and hook up our indirect supply and return from the boiler right from the manifold. So, getting it done. Feet are cold, a little wet in here. It's cold outside. Steven's setting up the 0015, yeah, 0015E ECM circulator for the indirect water heater. There's that old beast. Kelvin is being Kelvin. And then we'll hook up our mixing valve to the top of this bad boy. My feet are cold. Did he bring coffee?
Yeah.
Where is it? Where is it?
Oh, up here.
Oh, and what else did he give us? Oh, we got some nosh. Look at that. Oh yeah. Wow, I didn't spare any expense on us either. Look at that. Very nice. I love it when homeowners take care of us. Hot coffee. May she rest in peace. Bring it close to the curb and maybe we'll drill some holes in it to finish draining that bitch. All right. I think it's like 9:30, 10 o'clock. Getting there. Just gotta get rid of this water. A ton of water. Ton of water, mama. Well, this original installing contractor probably had no clue how to wire circulators because he's doing all these zone valves. But fortunately, he did use 1.5-inch piping for his near boiler piping, and then 1 inch going to each zone. So that came into our favor because coming out of the Navien, we have 1.5 inch supply and returns. 1.25 inch for indirect, which we're gonna do now. And then we'll pipe in pressure reducing valve, expansion tank. Our water supply is right there. It's a good thing I moved it over a little bit. All right, getting it done. All right, making a little bit more progress here. I think it's like 10:30. Here's my supply from the boiler. There's my return. I try to make it look pretty. Look at that, there's 2 pipes there. That goes to that circulator. There's the boiler circulator. My return from the indirect. Try to make it look pretty. I got a mixing valve there. We're gonna tie in that to this right there, and that is gonna go right there. That's the recirculating pump. Kelvin, I really don't get you.
You said wire nut.
I said wire nut it.
Yes.
There are 2 separate wires there.
Yes.
Right? Which will close a circuit if they're both twisted together. I just wanted you to isolate them. Wire nut it, so separate the wire. I have to be that specific? Even if I was, you probably still wouldn't even do it right. That's the old line, low voltage line going to the aquastat in the old indirect water heater. We're not using that circulator or zone up there anymore. And I just want to get that out of there because I'm not touching this. Like, I don't know how they wired this, but every circulator also has a zone valve going into a mess like that, and over there, and then going over there. And I'm not taking this into an all day affair. It's a little bit before 12, right? What time is it? Godzilla?
11:50.
It's 11:50. I am not reinventing the wheel. My feet are cold. The snow's about to come, and I want to fire this bad boy up. Mike's working on the condensate, right? I wasn't going to add a neutralizer there, right? Because the only place that I can get rid of the condensate is outside, right? That's where the old one was. That's where this one is going to go as well. And I wasn't going to use a neutralizer because maybe I'll have that acidic water just go outside and maybe it won't freeze. But if I did that, you guys on YouTube would bash the shit out of me and say, where's the neutralizer? You forgot it? It was in the truck? So there's a neutralizer. Out of the outlet side of the neutralizer, we're going to come down. We're putting in a T at the bottom over there. Right? And a little nipple coming up with a couple elbows. So if it ever were to freeze and overflow, it's going to overflow into a little bucket that he's going to leave there. I'm working on the wiring. This is my boiler pump. This is my indirect pump. This is my, what is this again? I forgot. I really did forget. Oh, that's TT coming from this. Where is that line? Here. Got to connect it to that. It's obviously coming from there, or this mess of wire. God knows what they did here. And I just got to hook up my aquastat to zone 1 there, and we'll fire this up. All right, we're finishing up here. Just want to review this Webstone mixing valve. If you're standing in front of it this way, counterclockwise is fully open, clockwise is closed, or less temperature. More temperature, less temperature. And you can notice when it's fully open, you'll feel this heat up. You want to make sure this isn't too hot, or it's a scalding hazard, but we're still heating up the water in this tank, so that's pretty hot. Our boiler temperature right now, 137. And again, this house hasn't had heat in several days. It's cold in there, and it's going to take a long time for it to come up. But excellent choice here, NFB-200. I got plenty of heat load. It'll never short cycle. It'll have a very long life, and I have an appropriately sized 60-gallon indirect by heat flow. And it's also the only thing I can get in such short notice. They're trying to spray foam a hole up there. Eventually, it'll get done. So I got plenty of makeup air into that boiler room. And just an observation, I don't want to kill his bushes, even though the other ones were killing it already, but we're gonna take an elbow and point that towards the back. And again, he's got some mastic tape on there, just so when they spray foam. Oh, almost got attacked. There you go. All right, I gotta put some, whatever. It's like the blind leading the blind in there. I know, I'm horrible. See, fresh air there, fresh air there. We're good. Don't just let it expand. Okay. If you got expanding foam, it's going to expand like crazy. Gotta get the top one.
Yeah, you're doing the other 10 right now.
Still got to do some drip legs and a relief valve there, and a relief valve there. But other than that, it's about done.